Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. I forget the rest.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 supporting characters from The Big Bang Theory.
I'm so glad that you and I were able to bury the hatchet.
Me too. And I respect your right to your beliefs.
And I will pray for you.
For this list, we'll be looking at the best characters that weren't part of the core cast on this definitive sitcom. So friends, family, co-workers, and even exes of those 7 favourites are on the table. Who's your favourite supporting character from The Big Bang Theory? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, Mary Cooper.
Oh my God, this is the best cobbler I've ever had.
It was always Sheldon's favorite. You know what the secret ingredient is?
Love.
Lard.
It didn't take the show very long to introduce us to the likes of Sheldon's mother. We're glad Chuck Lorre decided to cast his Roseanne alumnus in this role, as Laurie Metcalf shines as Mary Cooper. A staunch Christian from Texas, Mary gives us a glimpse into what life was like for a young Sheldon.
Locked himself in his room and built a sonic death ray.
A death ray?
Well, that's what he called it. Didn't even slow down the neighbor kids. It pissed our dog off to no end.
Given Sheldon's massive affinity for the sciences and intellectualism, it was creative genius to make his mother simple yet stern, seemingly the only one able to wrangle him in.
He thinks he's such a smarty pants. He's no different from any man. You tell him not to do something, that's all they want to do. If I hadn't told my brother Stumpy not to clear out the wood chipper by hand, we'd still be calling him Edward.
Some of the best laughs come from Mary's interactions, not only with her son, but also his friends, as she tries to be a mother to all.
I'm going out tonight. Would it be crazy to ask you to look at the outfit I'm gonna wear?
Oh, not crazy at all. And don't beat yourself up. When I was your age, you could have me for a car ride and a bottle of strawberry wine.
Number 9, Beverly Hofstadter.
No, really, I have a girlfriend now.
And where is she this evening?
She had to go out of town. Her grandmother died.
I see. Her grandmother died.
One of the best decisions the show ever made was to give the 2 lead characters mothers that were polar opposites of them. While Leonard seeks approval and affection from her, his mother Beverly sees him more like a long-term experiment than a son.
Once again, I'm driving. I'm right here.
Please, I am very hungover and in no mood to satisfy your need for approval.
She may be Leonard's mum, but it's actually the scenes between her and Sheldon that make Beverly such a memorable character.
Hold tight! Hold tight! Hold tight! Hold tight! Baby, hold tight!
Who could forget them singing Journey in the apartment, or the countless car rides that make Leonard jealous? Plus, when you pair her with Sheldon's mother, it's a delight to see the science versus faith debate play out on screen.
As a psychiatrist, I know how important people's superstitions can be to them.
You want to talk about superstitions? Sheldon sent me the books you wrote, all that nonsense about super egos and ids. What bull dropped that on the barn floor?
Number 8, Mike Rostenkowski. Although he doesn't appear very often, Bernadette's father Mike is a lovely addition to the extended cast.
I've kept my marriage together for 35 years. Can I weigh in here?
Sure.
I'm trying to watch the game. Shut up.
Fans had come to adore Bernie both for her squeaky voice and fiery demeanour. So it was no surprise to meet her father and discover where that spunk came from.
Holy crap, that's a dead person.
Last murder case before I retired. How many bodies do you see there? Careful. It's a trick question.
A no-nonsense retired cop, Mike doesn't beat around the bush. But that doesn't mean he can't give us a laugh or two.
When I first met you, I didn't like you.
I'm aware of that, sir.
But then you and I had some time together.
Uh-huh.
It did not get better.
Right.
Between the failed fishing trip episode and his drunken antics with Sheldon at Thanksgiving, Mike's a guy that you could see hanging out with the late Mr. Cooper.
I know I'm hard on you, but you're not the worst son-in-law in the world.
Mike, it's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Well, I'm drunk.
Number 7, Zach Johnson. Zach. Introduced in season 3, Penny's on-again, off-again boyfriend Zach at one point thinks Leonard is going to blow up the moon with a laser.
And we're gonna shoot a laser off one of them and let the light bounce back into this photo multiplier.
Oh, that's very cool.
One question. How can you be sure it won't blow up?
The laser?
The moon.
With a childlike mind inside an adult body, he became a fan favourite for his dim-witted interpretation of the world around him. The contrast of someone like Zach around so many intellectuals gives us countless laughs.
Okay, look, Zach, come on. You know neither of us thought this was real. I mean, we were married by an Elvis impersonator.
Of course it wasn't an impersonator. We could never afford a real Elvis.
From comments about kids and divorce to his love of Archie comics, he brings a nice touch of innocence to every episode he's in. Plus, he also gives Penny a major realization and Amy an owl-sounding twitch that brings on more laughs.
Zach, these are my friends, Bernadette and Amy. Hi.
Hey.
Who? Number 6, Bert Kibbler. One of the recurring gags on the show is Sheldon's disdain for geologists.
Only man who's happy when they take his work for granted. But I've kid the geologists, of course, but it's only because I have no respect for the field.
So it was only a matter of time before the writers brought in a geology-themed character. Tall, big, and maybe even a little intimidating on sight, Bert is actually a gentle giant.
Bert works for the geology department.
Yeah. You know what geologists and Bon Jovi have in common?
You're both into rock?
Yeah.
Originally crushing on Amy in season 7, his appearances are peppered more throughout the last few seasons. Much like the rocks he adores, Bert's humour is dry and often only understood by other geologists.
Sorry, Amy didn't want to go.
Really sorry. Who needs her when I have you guys? Rock show, rock show, rock show!
Nonetheless, he does provide a few good laughs through his sheer awkwardness. Maybe Bert could find a roommate named Ernie who got his jokes.
We will never take you for granted. Did you get that? Granite? It's a little geology joke.
You need to leave. I'm in love with both of you now.
Bye.
Number 5, Arthur Jeffries, aka Professor Proton. Fun fact, Bob Newhart agrees to play Professor Proton on the condition that it would be a semi-recurring role. And whoa, are we ever glad he did.
Is he dangerous?
Actually, he's a genius.
I am.
That doesn't answer my question.
His portrayal of the host of a kid-orientated science show gave birth to a pseudo-father-son relationship between him and Sheldon.
It's like I'm your son.
Whatever. Father. Sure, what the hell?
Revered by Sheldon, Jeffries takes the adoration in stride. But it's his countless retorts and comments that give us the chuckles every time.
But this is my girlfriend, Amy. Amy, this is television legend Arthur Jeffries. His science show inspired millions of children.
Hold on. You have a girlfriend.
It's only made possible by Newhart's trademark dry delivery, which in turn makes Proton so memorable and funny. We were so relieved that his in-show death was not the end of his appearances.
Rule number 1 in a marriage. don't go to bed angry.
That makes sense.
Rule number 2 in a marriage. If you don't recognize the shoes under your bed, they're not your shoes.
Number 4, Barry Kripke. From the moment Kripke opens his mouth and challenges the boys to a robot battle, audiences are in for a treat.
Well, if you have any delusions about entering against my robot, the Kibbler, in the Southern California Robot Fighting League Round Robin Invitational, aka the SCRFLRRI, his name is gonna be Scrap Metal.
Appearing in 25 episodes of the show, Kripke is often a thorn in the side of our favourite scientists. Yet somehow he also provides a steady stream of laughs for viewers.
Listen to me, not Westwant, Westwant.
I don't know what you mean by not Westawant. Westawant.
See? Total crap. You suck, Siri.
Kripke's rhoticism, a difficulty pronouncing R sounds, is often played for laughs, but never comes across as mean-spirited, and has even been used by Kripke himself to poke fun at Sheldon.
It's my favorite superhero, the Retractor. Come on, don't give him a hard time. I'm sorry, Cooper. I retract it.
In fact, it's the Kripke-Sheldon moments that we love the most, as Kripke just seems to know exactly how to get under Sheldon's skin.
And now it's time for the speed round. A flag or not a flag?
Flag. Flag. Not a flag. Flag. I am crushing this.
Number 3, Wil Wheaton.
Well, if it isn't Wil Wheaton, the Jar Jar Binks of the Star Trek universe.
Misa think they're very funny.
Wil Wheaton once referred to The Big Bang Theory as one leg of his career tripod. The show saw countless notable guest stars, but the actor's recurring appearances as a variation of himself are something else entirely.
I call my Meemaw Nana, and she's going to be very happy to hear that my small rock kills your enchanted bunny. Game over, Moon Pie.
Will's initially nothing more than Sheldon's nemesis, but as his appearances increase, so do his interactions with the rest of the cast.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, Will, what you doing?
I was on Star Trek, just rooting for the home team.
Star Trek stinks!
Yeah, live long and suck it!
He stars in a movie with Penny, sees Star Wars with the boys, and even has the girls over for Dungeons and Dragons.
Thanks again for inviting us, and don't worry, we won't tell the guys.
You know what? Why don't you tell the guys? In fact, let's all take a picture and send it to them right now.
He may never have been part of the principal cast, but we're definitely glad he found his way onto the show. Number 2, Debbie Wolowitz. We never see her face, save for in some background photos, but we certainly feel her presence within the show.
When I put my front in, my back pops out. When I put my back in, my front pops out.
More often than not, you'll hear her yelling at Howard over one thing or another. The banter between the two is often where the comedy comes from.
Should I ask Leonard to bring over your homework?
I don't have homework. I'm a grown man with a master's degree in engineering.
Excuse me, Mr. Fancy Pants. Want me to get you a popsicle?
Cherry, please!
Mrs. Wolowitz's insistence on treating Howard like a child, and his behaviour as one, often gives us the best laughs. And who could forget Bernadette yelling at her, making us all wonder if she'd somehow been infected with her persona.
So, what's the word? He wants butter! It's butter-flavored syrup! I just told him that!
Despite losing Mrs. Wolowitz in season 8, the character did return in a flashback.
Howard, I made cookies for you and your little friends!
They're not my little friends, and we don't want cookies!
Actually, a cookie sounds good.
All right, we'll have cookies! Thank you very much!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Denise. Stuart finally found a perfect match.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Denise, the new assistant manager.
Nope.
Emily Sweeney, the best of Raj's girlfriends.
Are you getting back together with her?
No, I have no idea. What would you do?
Usually on first dates I talk about music and stuff. But I was promised weird, so let's do this.
Mr. and Mrs. Koothrappali. Raj's parents certainly spoil their boy.
But Papa, I'm not supposed to...
Lalita's parents approve the match.
If you decide on a spring wedding, we can avoid monsoon season.
A spring wedding?
It's up to you, Davy. Don't want to meddle.
If you don't want to meddle, then why are you meddling?
Leslie Winkle, an early nemesis of Sheldon's.
Okay, well, for one thing, we expect quantized space-time to manifest itself as minute differences in the speed of light for different colors.
Balderdash. Matter clearly consists of tiny strings.
Are you gonna let him talk to me like that?
Wyatt, Penny's dad. He may have wanted a boy, but he loves Penny all the same.
Please, please don't give up on her.
What?
I can't go back to the skateboard idiots, the white rappers, and all those sweaty dumbasses with their backwards hats.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Stuart Bloom. Much like how the main characters overlook him, audiences can easily do the same without realizing how much time he's spent on the show.
You know, it's not exactly glamorous up there. The water that the astronauts drink is made from each other's recycled urine.
Must be nice. Nobody wants anything that comes out of me.
It's a bit surprising to learn that Stuart appeared in 84 of the show's 279 episodes. Given how much time we saw the guys in the comic book store, it's no surprise we eventually got to know its owner.
Wrong is an absolute state and not subject to gradation.
Of course it is. It's a little wrong to say a tomato is a vegetable. It's very wrong to say it's a suspension bridge.
Often humbled, Stuart is a character who comes in and out of the main characters' lives repeatedly.
Yeah, it's my annual attempt to meet women. 9th time's the charm.
Would you like me to help? I do have a certain je ne sais quoi when it comes to soirees.
Thanks, but I can't afford je ne sais quoi. How much for just quoi?
He serves up plenty of laughs through his self-deprecating humour, an unusual relationship with Howard's mum, and his never-ending money problems.
The monster foods, they're really fun.
Oh, yes, thank you. I like to think of fun things like that because I'm fun. I'm not clinically depressed at all.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.